Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to Roda to Glory. Today is episode 8 as we approach the end of the season here in the Dutch Eredivisie. So, take a look at the league table. We're still in a pretty good spot. The form hasn't been as good as I would have hoped for, to be honest with you, but we're still in a pretty solid spot. Obviously, you only have 5 games left to go in the league this season, and we're 5 points behind Utrecht in 5th, and obviously that's a Europa League place. But honestly, if we look at the predictions at the start of the season, I believe we're finished... Oh, well, that's much higher than originally. We were actually predicted to finish equal bottom of the table, I think. We were 1,000 to 1, whatever it was, to win the league. And one of the favourites to go down. But times have changed. We actually look at pretty solid units right now. So it looks like we're going to settle for a nice mid-table finish. But first and foremost, we have a couple of fixtures to go over today. Zwolle and Groningen. And then after that, we'll do the last game of the season in the next episode. But apart from that, things are going smoothly, as you can see. Disappointingly, we followed up at the Wilhelm with a 3-1 win, and then we lost 1-0 to 3-1 to Sparta. That was a huge defeat for us. That really kind of set us back. And then the last 2 games, we really should have got something out of. But unfortunately, we just couldn't find the back of the net, which is a little bit unusual because as you can see, we do actually score a lot of goals. So that's the kind of state of things right now in the club. We did actually agree to bring somebody in. Yep, we got a player coming in. Let's see, future transfers. He signed for PSV, Joey Konins. Now, I'm very excited about this guy, 19 years old. Lots of potential. Again, but it's mainly potential. He's a striker, can also play in the hole. I'm looking at him as a potential Gustafsson replacement for next season, or at least to provide Danny a little bit more competition up top. So I'm excited to get this guy in. Get him trained, get him working as an advanced playmaker. I do think he has some of the key attributes you look for in an advanced playmaker. What he lacks though is physically right now, so that's something we're going to have to work on, separate maybe during pre-season. But excited that this guy in, especially just on a free transfer. Alright, so here we go in Zwolle. We're going to make a quick change to the side. McCreaney is unavailable. Unfortunately, he is suspended for today's game. What we do have, though, Rodriguez is going to come on the bench the first time this season. He's been injured most of the season. He's just a backup left wing back. Keeps his options just in case Kramers needs to be brought off. Apart from that, Rochevel's come into the side. Adelaide picked up a knock a couple of weeks ago, and he's still recovering. 78% on his match sharpness right now. So Roosevelt was sharp today, and I did promise a few more starts. And I think going into next season, he's going to be an important player for us. So we're just going to have to kind of keep him happy a little bit too. A little bit wrong of me to do so since we are still fighting for Europe, but I still think we want to keep Roosevelt kind of happy. Apart from that, let's how we line up today. Uris is returning goal after injury. Dijkhuizen at right back. Basong, Williams through the middle. Camus at left back. Actually, no, Cum's available. I forgot about this. Yeah, Cum's back from an injury now, so Cum can come back in the side. There you go. Come. There you go. So come back in the side now. Camus at left back. Natic at the Born midfielder on support. Ruyes, Born midfielder defend. Could be one of the last starts he gets with the club. Then we have Rochevel, Gustafsson, Van Velzen, and of course Danny leading the line. And Adelaide's on the bench, as you can see. He'll come on at the first time we need a change. Alright, so yeah, Rodriguez gets number 22 because that's the easiest way to do it. So anyway, moving on. So here we go. Abraham against Zwolle. They are, I think they're just below us in the table. I want to say they're like 10th place maybe. Yeah, 10th place, yeah. So it's a little bit below us in the table. If we get a positive result today, we get a win today, it kind of propels us back up into the chance of qualifying for Europe. Again, wasn't to be expected at the start of the season, so anything now is an added bonus. All right, first attack of the game here is the Dijkhuizen, who's hopefully going to be playing an important part next season. And we're playing against Van Peppen today, by the way, to the former left wing back. He started at the club this season, but was released after discussions with my director of football. Anyway, here's Natic. Basong hits it long. Danny's now through on goal. Not got a lot of pace, but he's done well to beat the defender and score. Get in there. It won't count. Will it? No, it will count. Okay, cool. I'll look at the assistant manager at the bottom of the screen. He was static. Normally it means he is offside. But the goal counts. And Danny has got his 15th goal of the season now. That actually tops his best ever season as a professional footballer. So Danny Shan getting himself a goal today and breaking the duck of 2 games in a row. And you know what I realised? Well, I forgot to sing the Danny song. Oh, well. Hopefully we'll score again and we'll all get to hear my musical brilliance. Nadic better tackle there. Swarming defense. I love it. Here's come to Rudyes. Back to come to Basong. To Natic. Or back to Eurus. Patient build-up play. I'll take that. A little bit of possession. Can't go wrong. Danny loses that in the air, but he gets swarmed. He's only up top by himself. Difficult to win it when you're by yourself there. There's a chance there for Zwolle at the back post, but easy dealt with. All right, here is Come. Back to Dyke using. Come to Dyke. There's Roucheville crossing, looking for Danny. Can't find him, and it's easily clear. Good chance there. Danny almost got ahead of that one. By the way, we are top in the league as far as completed crosses with 16%, so that's something to hang our hat on. Something we're very good at. Obviously, Danny has a big part in that because he's the one that throwed himself around in the box to get on the end of them. And not to mention Van Velzen isn't a very, very, very good winger. All right, come on, boys, get stuck in. Good tackle there, Natic. Now here's Danny looking to start the counter-attack. Waits for Camus on the overlap. Finds him. Camus to Van Velzen. Speak of the devil to Danny. Oh, Danny boy. Danny boy. Danny boy. He scores goals. He scores a lot of them. And I can't remember the rest of the song. But he scores goals. He scores a lot of them. Danny's going to get another. I really can't remember the middle verse. I actually wrote it down. I actually forgot about it. Whatever the case, though, 2-0 up. And good way to finish the first half. All right, second half. No changes at all. No changes are needed. But this result does put us 2 points behind 5th place now, but unfortunately their teams above us have a game in hand, Utrecht, and I forget who's in between us and them, but whatever the case, they have a game in hand, so not much difference, but still, you still got to bag the points. I'd rather have the points in hand than count on bonus games, add-up games. All right, Cummins picked up a knock. He's got a bruised ankle, so it means Rashawn Williams is going to bring in after this highlight. Here's Thomas. Good tackle there from Dyke using. Van Peppen gets to the byline. Natchez does well to get the ball clear, but it clears to nobody. Also going to bring on Adelaide as well. Here's Fred to Kivuvu. As Aureliusson. Good tackle there from Gustafsson, putting the pressure on. Here's Kivuvu, well played there. Gustafsson wins it back. Long highlight here. Oh no, error there from Camus. And it's a goal to Zwolle. All right, so changes to be made. Bring off Come. Obviously, Rashawn Williams is coming back into the side here. Centre half on cover. Beautiful. And then we're going to bring off Roucheville, who's been pretty much non-existent. And we're going to bring on Adelaide for the remainder of the game. All right, so 20 minutes left to go. We're just going to try and secure a win here, despite the late pressure from Zwolle. Here's Gustafsson now. Gives the ball away. Here's a chance for Zwolle on the counter-attack. Van Pollen to Nylander got the goal. That's a fantastic cross, and Emili makes it 2-2. 2-2. Just like that, the game has flipped on its head. And this has been the problem. This is the problem. We actually built up a lead, and then we've given away a couple of cheap goals. It actually happened more than once. So there's something on my behalf that I've got to fix, I think, next season. Yeah, disappointing. Very, very disappointing. On the plus end, though, here's a highlight straight from the kickoff. Here's Van Velzen. Gets a byline. Looking for Danny at the near post. Oh, Danny. Almost got his hat-trick there. All right, here's Danny now. One last chance, perhaps, to win here at the end. 5 minutes of added on time. That's a great ball from Adelaide. Van Velzen cuts in off the left flank, but straight at the goalkeeper. That probably goes down as the last chance of the game. Here's one for Zwolle, though. Ball's whipped in. Van Velzen rose highest in the air and got the ball clear. And there's the 5-minute mark. And there it is. Full-time whistle blown. 2-2 draw at home. Obviously disappointing. We were 2-0 up, and I'd hoped to close out the game. But unfortunately, couldn't get the job done. So unfortunately, we stay 8th place now in the table, which means Den Haag, Groningen, who are actually playing the next match, and then Utrecht will have a chance now to push ahead. And yeah, pretty much it. So Cum's going to be out 1 to 2 days. We'll be back for the next match. Not a problem. I'll see you guys at the start of the Groningen game. All right, so here we go in the Groningen game. And unfortunately, the teams above us did win. They did pick up those extra points. So honestly, right now, we're just playing for pride. Playing for highest position possible. Obviously, give us some extra money in the coppers. That's basically the aim now. as boring as that sounds. But we'll go in today, and we'll try and finish this season off in style. All right, so McQueenie comes back into the side here for Rutjas. I'm also might use this opportunity now to try some different things out. Players like Gustafsson, Adelaide, Camus are not going to be with us next season, as well as Hidde. So I might start to play in some of our talent, which are staying. We might do that, might utilize them, see what they have, and see what I'm going to have to do in the summer. It's going to be a lot of work, I'll tell you that much, though. A lot of players to replace. All right, so here we go. Playing away from home against Groningen. Hopefully, we can do much better this time out and get the job done. Again, a victory here. The highest we can kind of finish reasonably is going to be 7th. And again, that's going to be quite the achievement at the start of the season. I was just hoping for a nice, safe mid-table finish. And it's looking like it's going to be job well done. All right, it's Basong here to Natic, to Gustafsson. Great ball there to Cammons on the overlap. I would love to bring him back, actually. That's a great header from Velzen. Lucky there from the left winger. But I would like to bring Camus back in, if possible, even if it's just on loan. He's a very, very promising young left winger. There's Gustafsson now through on goal. Doesn't get a lot of goals, actually. Surprised by that. Good player. Good player linking up. Very, very solid. Doesn't get enough goals. That's my one criticism of him. All right. That was one of the worst set plays I've seen all season. All right. Here's Camus. Gets the ball back. So Gustafsson. Good cross there to Danny. Oh, Danny boy. Danny boy, Danny boy. He scores a goal. He'll get another one. And he won't stop scoring goals. It's terrible. It really is terrible. I should just write it down. All right. Halftime break. We're here. All right. So, doing well. 1-0 up. Playing well. Not a lot of possession, but that's okay. Generally speaking, we're limiting them to long shots, which is good. 3 shots out of 6. We had a lot of shots ourselves. To be honest with you, that's not really like us. I usually like to play the ball in and around the box and work those little angles. Try and get the best possible chance. And unfortunately, Adelaide has been brought off injured, which means Rochevelle will come on. Naturally. Rochevelle there. We'll also make a change at the back here. I'm going to bring off Dijkhuizen. I'm going to bring on a Nunu. Hasn't played much since Dijkhuizen got into the side, but I've heard wonderful things from my coaches about the progression he has had. So we'll give him a run out here. Other changes to be made. Bring on Seb James. Why not? It's time for Gustafsson. I'm actually going to play him behind Danny. Let's see what happens there. Again, first time playing him in that role. He's actually using more of an out-and-out striker. We'll see what he can do in the hole. Why not? Here's James. Whips the ball in to Danny. Ooh, the two almost connected there for a goal. All right, here's Warmerdam. Back to Mahi. Mahi turns to Bakuna. I wonder that's Leandro Bakuna. He used to play for Villa. Be interesting to find out. Here's Van Velzen now, all the way back to Eurus, hits it long. Rochevelle is going to compete. He does well to compete, but unfortunately he's stopped. There's Veldrick to the Vos to Idrissi. Back all the way back to Bakuna again. I think that is Leandro Bakuna, plays the same position. So I think that's him. Anyway, here's Mahi. Ooh, good effort there. A little bit fishy, but good effort. All right, another injury. Van Velzen this time. He's going to come off. Lucky enough, we do have one more change left. Do we? We do not. Unfortunately, we do not have one more change left. I absolutely lied. So Van Velzen is going to have to push through the last 8 minutes of this game. All right, so we can hold on. 1-0 up. Couldn't hold on last time. Let's see if we can do it this time. I don't believe it is Leandro Bakuna, actually. It looks like it's someone else because there's a J there, so it's not Leandro. Anyway, side fought aside. There's Veldrick looking to hit us on the counter attack. This could be the last chance now for Groningen. Through on goal. What a save from Eurus. He saved the day there. Quite literally. That was a glorious opportunity for them to equalise at the death. And there it is. Full-time whistle. And we come up victorious here. 1-0 away from home. Our good form away from home continues. We've actually been much better away from home than we have at home. Don't know why that's the case. Adelaide's going to be out 3 to 4 weeks as well. That pretty much means the season done, which is disappointing. This guy has been superb, absolutely superb. Contract is actually up at the end of the season. Is it? No, it's not. Never mind. Excuse me. That was the end of the loan contract. Where is it? I am interested, actually. Limits. What I'm looking at contract info. There we go. I can find stuff. All right. So he's actually expiring 2021 at Arsenal. I would like to bring him back next year, if possible. He is a good player, really, really good player. I'd be love to bring him back. Disappointed though, he's going to miss the rest of the campaign, especially the PSV game, which is kind of the toughest fixture we have left. All right, so 3 games left. I'll join you guys for one last time of this season in the last game up against Den Haag, and then we'll take a look how we finish. Hopefully we'll finish strong, finish high as possible, so we can attract much greater talent, I suppose, over the summer. Second half of the campaign, absolutely top stuff. Absolutely top stuff. If we just converted some of these wins into draws, we'll be pushing for Europe, and that's honestly a credit to the team. They've played really, really, really well. Anyway, thanks so much for watching the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember to hit like. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thanks once again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.